Imagine a story, right? Starts like a modern fairy tale, new love, perfect match, all hope. But what if that beginning just spirals down into, well, unthinkable betrayal?
Yeah, and what if the fairy tale look was just a mask, hiding the darkest intentions right from the get-go?
And beyond just, cold plans, what if there's this other layer? Like some people even brought up black magic. Is that just rumor or something more sinister?
It's a really chilling thought, isn't it? Just adds another layer of darkness.
Welcome to the deep dive. We're plunging into one of India's most perplexing and violent criminal cases today. We are looking at the tragic Raja Raghuvanshi murder case.
And the really shocking twist here, the prime accused is his new wife, Siam, just married.
Yeah, it's not just a whodunit. It's this gut-wrenching story of deceit, obsession, and a life just tragically cut short.
So our mission today is pretty clear. We want to unpack every twist, look at all the evidence, every possible motive, but crucially, we're guided only by the facts that came out in the investigation.
We're aiming to distill those key takeaways, understand what this betrayal really means.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. The wedding day, May 11th, 2024, in Indore, Madhya Pradesh.
Right. Raja Raghuvanshi and Siam get married. And by all accounts, everyone saw them as this, ideal couple, relatives, friends, everyone.
Their wedding pictures were everywhere, lots of joy, looked like perfect happiness. Probably seen them online.
So who were they? Raja, we know, was a software engineer. Sounds like a good guy, cheerful, social, really close to his family.
Yeah. And Siam, she was portrayed as educated, having a modern mindset. So on the surface, it looked great, like a perfect match, really. Big future ahead.
Okay, fast forward just a few days. May 20th, they head off on their honeymoon to Megasar.
Right, in India's northeast. A scenic spot, but pretty remote too.
And this was Raja's choice, wasn't it? He picked Megasar specifically for the waterfalls, the valleys.
Yeah.
Wanted to show Siam something, I guess, unique and special.
Exactly. And the first few days, May 20th to the 22nd, seemed totally normal. Checking into hotels, posting photos on social media.
Like any other honeymooning couple,
Ugh.
sharing their happy moments, nothing seemed off.
But then, bang! Morning of May 23rd, everything just changes. Suddenly.
How so? What happened?
By that evening, Raja's scooter is found, just abandoned on the roadside, nobody around.
Okay.
So the search starts right away, but Raja's just gone, vanished.
And this is where things get weird, right? The suspicion.
Yeah, it mounts really quickly. At first, maybe he just got lost. It's a remote area. But hours go by.
And Siam.
Nothing. She doesn't raise the alarm, doesn't call for help. Plus, Raja's phone switched off, and CCTV near the scooter shows no one leaving it.
Wow. Okay, so her not raising the alarm plus the phone being off. That's a massive red flag right there.
Exactly. Her silence wasn't just odd. It became like a key thing for the police.
So they start questioning her.
They do. Once they realize how serious this is and her answers, almost immediately they're full of holes, inconsistent.
Like what?
She tells contradictory stories. One minute, Raja left on his own. The next, maybe he was kidnapped. It didn't add up.
And I guess the evidence started poking holes in her story pretty quickly.
Totally. Raja's mobile location data, his call records, even the hotel's records, everything contradicted what Siam was saying. It was obvious she was hiding something significant.
So from an investigator's perspective, what was the real smoking gun, the thing that blew it wide open?
Oh, hands down, it was her call detail records, the CDR. It wasn't just inconsistent, it was a bombshell.
Okay.
It revealed this shocking truth. In the month and a half before the wedding, get this, Siam made over 200 calls and video calls to one number.
200? Who was it?
A number saved in her phone as Sanjay Verma.
But it wasn't Sanjay Verma, was it?
Nope. It was actually a guy named Raj Kushwaha, Siam's lover.
Wow. And these weren't just, quick chats.
No way. They were happening often, usually at night, very private. Clear evidence of continuous, intimate contact between them before the wedding and after she married Raja.
That is incredible, the level of deception. Did she admit it right away?
Not at first. She denied knowing Raj, stuck to her story. But then the police laid it all out, the call details, the chat logs, even Instagram DMs. Irrefutable proof.
Yeah.
Then she finally broke down, admitted the relationship with Raj Kushwaha. I mean, connecting this to everything else, it just paints a picture of this huge ongoing deception right from the start.
So the police must have immediately thought
Mm-hmm.
this was the motive. An affair gone wrong.
Well, yeah, deep emotional motives were suspected. But it raises an even colder question, doesn't it? Was the marriage itself just a sham, a calculated step for Siam to eliminate Raja later?
Chilling. Did the investigation support that theory?
It certainly pointed towards a conspiracy, a really chilling one. It showed that Siam and Raj meticulously planned Raja's murder during the honeymoon.
During the honeymoon itself.
Yeah. And they specifically picked a spot with no CCTV, no witnesses. This wasn't some crime of passion that went too far. It was cold, deliberate, planned.
And the location.
Yeah.
You mentioned it was remote?
Extremely. A desolate valley in Sahara, which is part of Cherrapunji and Megasar, known for these really deep waterfalls. The source material even says it's a place where only the echo of waterfalls, not human cries, can be heard.
God, the choice of location itself speaks volumes about the ruthlessness.
And the planning didn't stop there. They didn't just pick a spot. They actually hired 3 people to carry out the murder.
Hired killers.
Seems so. Vishal, Akash, and Anand. Guys from smaller towns back in Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. They apparently had minor criminal records already. Maybe easily influenced or desperate?
What were they promised? How do you get people to agree to that?
Money, mostly. And promises of future help. One of them apparently confessed he was promised a job in Delhi if, the work was done.
So the plan is set, the killers are in place. What happened on May 23rd?
That morning, Siam convinced Raja to visit a specific spot, the van-sounding waterfall. Isolated. The 3 hired guys, they were already there, waiting.
Oh, no.
As soon as Raja arrived, they attacked him, brutally. Beaten, struck on the head with a sharp weapon.
And then?
Once he was unconscious, they pushed him into the ditch. The postmortem later confirmed it. Death due to head injury, massive bleeding.
Horrific. And Siam. Where was she during all this?
This is maybe the most chilling detail. She was standing nearby, watched the whole thing happen.
Watched it.
Yeah. Apparently showed no sign of remorse, just watched. It suggests this incredible level of detachment. Like Raja wasn't even a person, just an obstacle in their plan.
That detail, witnessing it without any reaction. I mean, from an investigative angle, how common is that kind of coldness?
It's profoundly disturbing and relatively rare to see that level of overt detachment during the act itself. It just underlines the calculated nature of it all.
So what happened right after?
Immediately after the murder, the 3 hired guys fled Megasar, took different routes just as planned.
And Siam, did you panic? Run.
No, completely calculated. She checked out of the hotel normally, packed her bags, then started spinning that story about Raja disappearing.
Still no calling for help, no police report.
Nope. Didn't contact relatives either. She just waited in the hotel.
And then she left Megazar.
Yeah. The next morning, May 24th, left Megasar, kept her phone switched off the whole time. Traveled, get this, 1,000 kilometers by bus and train back to Indore.
1,000 kilometers. Phone off. Sounds like she planned her escape route, too.
Absolutely. Avoided social media, no contact with family. It screams premeditation, not a panicked reaction.
Okay, so Raja's missing. Siam is back in Indore. When was the body found?
June 2nd. That's when the news broke and shocked everyone. Raja Raghuvanshi's body was found in that ditch below the van-sounding waterfall.
And the postmortem confirmed the violence.
Yes. Multiple head injuries, evidence his body had been dragged. It was brutal.
Meanwhile, Siam's back home.
Playing the grieving widow, still claiming Raja was abducted, but her story obviously was full of inconsistencies by then.
What was the final piece of evidence that really sealed it for the police?
Well, they got Raja's mobile tracking report, showed his last known location, and crucially, his last call was to Siam. But even more damning, a day after the murder, Siam's phone location. It matched Raj Kushwaha's location.
Ah, so they were together, or at least coordinating closely right after.
Exactly. At that point, suspicion turned into certainty. They knew.
And the arrests followed soon after.
Yes, June 9th, 2024. Siam and her lover, Raj Kushwaha, were arrested. They found Siam hiding in a hotel in Ghaziabad.
Did she confess immediately upon arrest?
Initially, no. Apparently, she cried, denied everything, but the police had so much by then.
Right. The evidence was overwhelming.
Totally. Call records, the chats, ticket bookings, hotel CCTV footage. There was just no way out. Confronted with all of that, she broke down.
And admitted.
Admitted to planning Raja's murder, though she tried to distance herself from the actual act, claiming something like, I showed the way, the decision to kill was theirs.
Theirs, meaning the hired guys.
Right. Vishal, Anand, and Akash. And police found proof of payments, too. Money transferred from Siam and Raj to their accounts for travel, hotels, expenses.
Oh, the money trails were, too.
Yep. And maybe the most damning piece, what some might call the final key, came from her phone. Police recovered a deleted WhatsApp chat backup.
What did it say?
It was a message from Raj. It said, now once Raja is gone, then we will always be together.
Wow. just laid bare like that message.
Yeah.
It's not just evidence, is it? It shows how they viewed him.
Exactly. It's a stark insight into the dehumanization. Raja was just an obstacle, something to be removed so they could be together. His humanity completely erased in their eyes.
So at this point, there was no doubt Siam wasn't just a grieving widow or even just an unfaithful wife. She was the mastermind.
Unequivocally. And based on her and Raj's testimony, the police then arrested the 3 hired killers, Vishal Rai Vishwas, Akash, and Anand.
Did they confess too?
Yes, they confessed to the whole plan. How Siam gave them the location, how Raja was lured there alone, how she told them to leave immediately after, it all matched up.
Now there was that other element, the black magic claim from Raja's father.
Right, this is a really strange and chilling aspect. Raja's father publicly accused Siam of practicing black magic. He claimed she was acting weirdly before the wedding, doing rituals, meeting strange people.
And his theory was,
He suggested she was trying to, mentally weaken Raja to control him. Now, it's really important to stress the police haven't formally commented on this. There's no official confirmation.
but it speaks volumes about the family's perspective, doesn't it? Trying to grasp how something so horrific could happen.
Absolutely. It highlights the desperation to find any explanation for such an unthinkable act. You know, sometimes cultural or spiritual beliefs come into play when people are grappling with extreme trauma.
The family's pain must be immense.
Palpable. Raja's sister and brother were very clear. They said, she's not our sister-in-law, but our brother's murderer. Just devastating.
And even Siam's own family.
Her own brother came forward publicly, said he'd cut all ties with her, that he stood with Raja's family. That's a powerful statement, really underlines the severity of what she did.
So this leads back to that awful possibility that this wasn't just a honeymoon plan gone wrong, but something plotted even before the wedding.
That's what the police suspect, that Siam might have married Raja only to get the status of a legitimate wife, maybe inherit property or gain social standing after having him killed.
If true, that's not just premeditation. It's turning marriage itself into a way. It's almost beyond comprehension.
It really forces you to confront how deeply personal relationships can be twisted and exploited for the absolute darkest reasons.
So where does the case stand legally right now? Who's officially accused?
Okay, so currently there are 6 individuals accused. You have Siam, the wife, main conspirator, Raj Kushwaha, the lover, co-planner, then the 3 hired men, Vishal, Akash, and Anand. And there's mention of an alleged 6th person, a cyber helper. Their role is still being investigated.
A cyber helper? What might that involve? Seems like a modern twist.
It does. It could mean anything from helping manage their digital footprint, maybe deleting data, secure communications. We don't know yet, but the investigation is looking into it.
And where are they now? The accused.
Meghazar police have Siam and Raj in police remand, basically, still in police custody for more questioning. The 3 hitmen have been sent to 14 days of judicial custody by the court, meaning they're now formally in the court system's holding.
And the evidence seems pretty strong.
It appears very robust.
Yeah.
You've got the call records, the chats, the phone tracking, the postmortem findings, and multiple confessions. It's a significant amount of evidence.
Has the charge sheet been filed?
Not yet. The police are apparently still gathering more digital evidence, bank transactions, travel booking details, tying up all the loose ends.
But there's a defense argument emerging.
Yes, Siam's lawyer is starting to build a defense, claiming she was under mental pressure, that she was just a woman who was trapped.
And I guess you listening to this, you have to weigh that against the details. Can someone under that kind of pressure really plan such a complex murder, the escape, maintain the lies for weeks?
It's a huge question. And Raja's family, understandably, they're pushing hard, appealing for a fast-track trial, wanting the harshest possible punishment for everyone involved.
It really is just a profound tragedy, isn't it? Love, betrayal, and just cold, calculated crime.
It forces you to ask these really big, uncomfortable questions, like, does life mean so little to some people? Can someone really go that far, twisting the idea of love into this?
And looking at the system, can it deliver swift, clear justice in cases like this, especially when the planning seems so intricate?
Time will tell. As the legal process unfolds, we'll see what the courts decide. But the one absolute certainty is that Raja Raghuvanshi, the victim in all this, he's never coming back.
We can only hope his family finds some form of justice, maybe some peace eventually.
So what do you think, listening to all this? Do you feel there are still unanswered questions? Any mysteries left?
Yeah, we'd genuinely like to hear your thoughts. Drop them in the comments about the case. what you think should happen to the accused.
And if you found this deep dive valuable, if you want more explorations into these complex cases, please do subscribe, share it with others who might be interested.
We'll be back again soon. Until then, we'll keep digging for the next case, the next truth, the next discovery.